Welcome back to another edition of Birds with a Feather, the CoEd edition. We are back to discuss week four going into week five, and it looks like we are on a good streak,
Mhm.
Eddie, but I'm slightly nervous. I'm not going to lie. But welcome, my CoEd, Eddie B.
What's up, AJ? How was your day?
My day sucked, but I'm not going to go into any details because this will bring the whole pod down. But it's your girl, AJ,
Gotcha.
the
Heard.
Suburban Princess, as you know. It's another day, and we're going to talk about another Eagles win with a little bit of an asterisk because there are clearly some injuries going on in our O line, and maybe the reason why we have to discuss the brief drama that kind of slowly unfolded and quickly closed with AJ Brown. So, even though it's another year of the same crap, different part of the season, it's going to be the same result in my eyes. I feel like all of this is for naught. I think that every year, why is it doing that Zoom thing? That is weird. Why is it doing that to my camera? Back up. Um, I don't know if you noticed it does that. I don't know why it's doing that. Zoom, chill out.
Oh, mine
And
hasn't. Mine hasn't done that. So.
it was just like this, like, and now my head's huge. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the Eagles Bucks win? I had to remind who their competitor was last week because I forgot. Somebody asked me today, and I was like,
Yeah.
who did they play last week? And I forgot.
Oh, it was
Bucks.
the Bucks. Like, I knew it wasn't going to be that close. I knew it wasn't going to be close. It wasn't going to be like an easy game. I knew it. Knew it wasn't going to be easy. I mean, they're playing the Bucks, and the Bucks are always giving them a hard time. And yeah, you got a great coach, a great defensive coach in Todd Bowles. I mean, he's a great defensive mind. So it's just like I was not surprised that they made adjustments like they did coming out to the second half. We couldn't do anything in the second half. Thank God we got off to such a quick start. So,
Especially because of the Heat. But I think the
oh
media
yeah,
talked about the Heat more than the players did because they didn't want to
it was
talk about
100, almost 120 degrees on the field, and
it. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you noticed that not Jordan, Jalen Carter gave up on some plays. He looked like he was just gassed. There's one point he probably could have sacked if he would have put some effort in. He just stood there. I'm like, why is he just standing there?
Well, again, I bring up the injuries. He's had a shoulder issue since preseason. No, I mean they keep talking about he
Yeah,
has a bad shoulder, so I'm wondering if maybe the shoulder is getting worse. And we know that Landon's been dealing with obviously recovering from surgery as well as his issues. So, does it worry you that you have injuries clearly on both sides of the line that they're fighting through, but it's hindering their performances? Obviously, what do you think?
well, I'm not super worried because they got a good rotation of people. I mean, uh, if anything, get these injuries out now and get guys healed
Mm-hmm.
up for the end of the year. I'm glad if they're happening. I'm glad they're happening now and not later.
Did you hear about any
Because
rumors about Jalen Carter being questioned about being out of shape? Did you hear about those rumors?
I heard some of that. I heard people talk crap like they say he's out of shape. Uh, but I don't think that's it. I don't know if that's the issue. But maybe this still is a shoulder.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to watch it and see. I mean, we're going on to game five this week and see what happens.
Well,
Um,
I don't think Denver's one to sneeze at either, though. Ed. I wonder if
no,
you know.
Denver's a sneaky team. They're a sneaky team. Yeah.
I just worry that you know could Jalen Carter re-injure or possibly totally destroy his shoulder too early if he's in there too long.
No, they
Um,
really haven't said exactly what the shoulder injury is, though. Like,
and they
is it?
won't. But it's
Yeah.
clearly, like you
So
said, if he's standing instead of going into the, pushing, as you said, you noticed it. So do you feel, what does that worry you just a little bit defense
I
wise?
don't know if it was just a shoulder thing or it was just because he was tired. 'Cause it was at the end of the game.
Yeah.
It was at the end of the game, and you
Okay.
just saw him just standing there looking defeated, just like out of breath and everything.
Okay.
I mean, it was hot. It was hot down there. So I mean, I get that part, but
Yeah, it's Tampa,
you
so
know,
much to be expected. But speaking of the way they started, were you shocked at how fast they started? I was because as much as we wanted to hamper about the Heat, they knew that they had to start fast, but I didn't expect them to be that quick and that on point that early.
yeah. And then because you were like, wait, they're gonna run out of gas soon. So it's just like, oh,
Yeah,
just gotta go. They just gotta go, and they went. I still went with Tulo to actually call some creative stuff though. He's still
I thought so
calling the
too.
vanilla.
Yeah.
he's still calling the vanilla game. He needs to. I don't know what's going on with him. Like I don't know if his lack of experience is showing through right now, but
Yeah.
he is not making good play calls. I mean, at all.
You had texted me
So
that, and I knew if you text me that, I'm like, ooh, even Eddie's already fed up early. He's like, it's some bullshit.
like,
Because
come
I
on,
was trying
man,
not
it's
to say
like
that too much because I was like, it's Patulo. Every year they have to get you adjusted to a new scheme. So maybe it's
that
just,
sucks. Like
it
I
does.
was talking about that with somebody, and they were like, "Yeah," we said, and I agreed with them. We were both talking how we want an old coordinator who doesn't want to go anywhere else, who just wants to
I just want
finish
to
out his
stay put.
career.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like Vic Fangio, like wants to finish out his career here. Like
Yeah.
that man is a genius. That man, what he's doing with those young guys is great. I mean, it's keeping us in games. So I mean,
So what are you seeing on the O line that I mean not O line, well, offense in general that is lacking? Obviously, first of all, the whole thing with AJ Brown blew out of proportion because of what he posted. I'm not even worried about that as much as he did get
I'm not.
touches.
I'm
It's
not.
just that he wasn't near any of the passes or he just got covered well. I mean, what do you think? Do you think he
Yeah.
just got covered well or he just
I think it was a little bit of both. Sometimes, some points. But also it's just seemed like they weren't just going in his direction either. You know, when they were started going in the direction, it was like it looks like they were forcing it too.
forcing
So
it? Yeah, yeah,
at
that's
that
what
point, yeah. So I mean, he has every right to voice his concern, and I mean, I like the fact that he manned up and came out and said that he shouldn't. He went about it the wrong way,
hmm.
and that's a good thing. Like,
But damned if you
yeah,
do, damned if you don't with AJ, because that's why I wasn't mad because I'm like, he's been that way since he got here. So no one should
yeah,
be shocked. I mean, yeah, the radio stations went crazy with it because it's something to talk about. But I'm like, he's always been this way. And at the end of the day, you want him to be upset because he's not getting the ball. I thought he was actually
hey,
more calm than normal. I think
hey,
that's
we're
probably
lucky.
what was people was looking for, you know?
We're lucky he's not one of those guys who's straight up divas and like running around screaming about everything.
Yeah. But
You
you know, people
know,
are sicking, they're looking for it. And then because he put that
like, 'cause
the
people want
scripture out,
drama.
yeah.
People want drama. I don't know why. Just tell them all shut the fuck up and be quiet.
Well, you know
Like
why?
what?
Because,
Like
but you know why though? Because between him and Jalen, Jalen is the opposite. Jalen will not give you drama. Jalen will talk in parables. I had tweeted like,
oh
you wonder why he talks in parables and doesn't post because of what he knows how the city reacts to every little thing that goes wrong. You know?
oh yeah. Well, they want drama. Like in the league, they want drama too because it's like because Philly hardly team ever has drama. So
Yeah,
I mean, we've been pretty good about as far as like players not getting in trouble and not doing anything stupid.
yeah,
So I mean, they want to see more drama like coming out of our side. So of course, one little thing happens, and
yeah.
immediate jumps on like a shark. Yeah.
Yeah, I personally
So
wasn't worried about it. I was just more looking at it like it's week 4. They had the same sluggish start last year. And the difference is, like you said, we're 4-0 this year, but we were, what, 2-2 last year. So
mm,
people have to realize like we've been spoiled with so much consistency, but that the inconsistency is almost now expected. So maybe that's why, even with a 4-0 record, we're still like, something's wrong with this team.
but it's scary if you know the fact that we're still winning no matter
Right,
what is going wrong.
right.
Other teams should be very afraid about that because like the fact that we're still winning, even though things are not, house is not great, but but once they start clicking, it's going to be bad. It's going to be a bad thing for other teams. Happy for us, bad things for other teams.
Well,
Hey,
here's the thing.
once they hit their stride and rhythm, which will happen soon.
It will. And I even assume it'll be better even after their week 9 bye. But here's the thing that I kept hearing too, because I know you don't pay attention to it like I do. But do you fear that they're going to start falling off because of the injuries that are starting to pile up? Dallas was on the practice field today, but he wasn't yesterday. He constantly has this knee issue. It'll probably spotlight either Latu or Grayson because now Calcaterra wasn't in practice today. So we're trading up a lot of injured birds back and forth. And there's only so many things that you can kind of hide when most of your star players are injured. I mean, they use Dallas obviously very sneaky, almost treated
Yeah.
like a running back, because he got those quick 2 TDs right off the bat. But do you worry about the repeat of them suddenly getting real complacent early and then people worrying about them sliding off? Like I kept hearing
No,
2023 and I wasn't even thinking about that, honestly.
no, they don't look anything like that team.
Yeah,
No. Like, and you know what? And injuries, I've been watching.
happen.
Injuries are part of the game. Like, come on, like people got to stop crying so fucking much about that. Like, people get injured. This is a violent fucking sport.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
It
they're
is.
gonna
It
get
is.
injured a lot. Like, it's you got these guys like just constantly running into each other. Like, and come on, like it's somebody's gonna get hurt. Human body can take this so much. So luckily, I mean, the little injuries we have are not serious ones, so I'm
Hmm.
happy about that. There's nothing. I
Hmm.
mean, some teams have gotten some bad ones. Like looking, the Dolphins have lost Tyreek Hill for the season, and probably for his career, the way that injury was. Who knows?
And the
You
Ravens
know,
lost like seven players
Lamar,
on
Lam,
to IR and Lamar.
Lamar was out too. Like
Yeah, like
that's why I'm just like, it's
it's a blessing that we don't have that
you
many, but
can't,
still, I just worry, are
you
we
can't,
setting ourselves up for them to be worse if they don't just give guys longer rest or something? I don't know.
yeah, but you can't start crying wolf all of a sudden now because
I
oh,
know.
somebody hurt an ankle, you know, and somebody heard this, somebody heard that. Injuries are going to happen, and that's just the reality of it. I mean, it's you know, we can sit there all day just kind of worrying about who's going to get hurt. You know, they should just play tag then, if that's the case. Or play
Yeah,
flag
I know.
football.
I think I was only concerned just because well, out of nowhere when you see Lane sitting again, in the middle of the game, and you're kind of like, oh
Yeah,
shit, now what's going on?
that's a lingering issue though. I mean that's a lingering injury though. That stinger thing, whatever you got in his neck,
Yeah,
you know, that's going to keep popping up, and you just hope it just gets better. Hope he can play with it.
I like that they did an
So I mean,
alternative to the shove because they looked at it from the perspective of like if we're gonna do it now, we gotta find convenient
oh,
ways to introduce it.
I literally called it at the bar where I was at. I was like, they're gonna fake this one. They're gonna fake this one right
Yeah,
here,
I was waiting for
and
them
they
to
and
fake
they
it. Yeah.
and they did, and I was like,
Hmm.
thank God they faked it because I was like, I've been wanting to see them do that for a while. Like,
To me, it made sense only because, like you said, the attention to it and because it's expected, and now that you have an actual injury from it, it's like, yeah, you might want to switch up how y'all approach it, just for not only for the opponent's sake, but just for the safety and the visual, so people don't start, chomping again about this is why this place should be cut out and all this other crap. And it's like, no, they can mix it up. But just like that's the one thing that Sirianni got cheerful about talking again because he realized he's like, wasn't the same, wasn't the same tush push, was it? We trying to
yeah,
show you
right.
we know how to be creative. So yeah, they definitely
Yeah.
outside of that need to be real more creative on the offense.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Tulo's got to figure it out.
Tulo's got to figure it out because it's getting to the point where it's like if it's that blatantly obvious even to the naked eye, then you're clearly not being. If the tush push alternative was the only thing that really seemed like visually like oh they switched something up, but then you're still having the issues with AJ and Jalen connecting
Mm,
out of nowhere. It just doesn't make any sense because you avoided probably two extra TDs that could have happened because they can't get on the same page. So why is that? But I'm
yeah, it's good
expecting
to see
some
a shovel.
bombs to be released this week. I'm
Yeah,
expecting a dagger to go to Smitty because Smitty got in there with his, slants or whatever. But Smitty's not AJ. Smitty's not going to bitch publicly about anything, even though I'm sure he secretly
mm.
was like, "What the fuck is going on?" you know. Um, Shout out to the ladies mic'd up because apparently Q is going to be the focus because Q was having a good day. Him and Cooper. Shout out to them. Were definitely
Yeah,
showing out most of that
yeah,
game.
they
Now that
were.
I've looked at the highlights, apparently I just saw a clip of the Exciting Mike's pod with Cooper and Reed. And Cooper was talking about he's like, I couldn't resist stepping over guys like Iverson. He's like, how do you not do that? And I didn't know
So,
because I
what was,
told you I was listening to the radio. I didn't know what he did. I just knew I could tell the flag was bullshit.
do you know how mad I was when they did that? When they
I
threw
know,
that
I'm sure
flag?
you did. I told you I was texting
Because
you. I was like, I don't know whatever flag they called, but it sounded bullshit. And then when I saw it, I was like, that was why
so,
they flagged
uh,
him?
my thing is like, what they want? They want him to step on the guy because
Right.
he had to step over him because the way he tackled and fell on him. Oh, he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna step. You want him to step on him then? Okay.
Right. Then he'd be mad if he does.
Yeah. And then if he steps on him, ooh, flag, personal foul.
Flag,
Like,
yeah, personal foul, or eject his ass. You know what I mean? Because then they say it's personal. But then you got this issue of the taunting. What is taunting? Because they're still fucking up with that flag. Because taunting got called across the league a lot over the weekend, and I said there
oh my
were more
God,
than one team that dealt with it.
they've been going crazy with it. I
The
mean, we
taunting is
had
ridiculous.
yeah. I mean, they called that one on Cooper when he stepped on him, talking about
Right.
taunting. Like, come on. Like the taunting thing, it's like the league. What they trying to get more checks written to them this year. That's what they
I'm
want.
telling you, to me, it just screams like
Yeah.
we need to make up for some money because it's ridiculous. Like even the one when you told me last week, the one with Jalen doing the money sign was a taunt. I was like, to who? And even so, what the hell? And I thought that was actually a sign. Like I thought that's one of the calls where they show like it was a tip ball. I thought if anything, that's what he was doing more than the money thing. I thought he was just saying it was a tip ball.
No, even the commentators are like, "What?"
Yeah, no, no. See, and
Uh,
you know sometimes they just be exaggerating or they don't be paying attention at all. You know if it's bad if Tom Brady and all them like, I don't agree with that. Like what is that?
well, at least with Tom Brady, he. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten in trouble because he'll speak his mind on it,
He's gotten more
right
comfortable this
away.
year. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten in trouble because he's just like, "Oh, that's not right. No, that's wrong." Like,
Yeah.
hey, oh,
Yeah. And here's the thing though. With Tom Brady, do you really think the league is gonna criticize him for that? Like they let him sit in the booth with a freaking headset on, and then some people squawked about that. So I'm like, Tom Brady ain't gonna get no fine for criticism, especially when they look at him like that's the reason why he's even commented in the first damn place. You know what I mean? Like because he has 6 rings. That's it. You know, has no
no,
reason why he's
actually,
not talented.
surprisingly,
He has six
yeah,
rings.
I'm surprised. I surprisingly like him as a commentator, though. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but I actually do.
He needed to earn it though. He wasn't doing it right away. Like this year, he might be more comfortable. He sounds very wooden, which is what I expected because he doesn't really have a personality per se. So for him to be on the mic and sounding like he's having more of a conversation in a bar this year, I like
Mm-hmm.
that better than him sounding like very nervous and not knowing when to jump in. And then when he did, it's
Uh,
like it sounded very wooden. You know, now he's cool. Now he's
I was
relaxed.
worried about him talking too much. You
Yeah,
know, some guys come over and they talk too much. Like what's his name did?
yeah,
What's his name? When he first started doing it, what's his name? Oh my
Romo.
God, why? Yeah, when Tony Romo was doing it, he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we know you understand the plays. You were a quarterback. Okay, you don't have to say everything.
Oh, he was calling calls before
Like,
they happened. I think that's what people hated when he called the plays before it happened.
yeah,
And
like
people were
just
like,
shut
shut up,
up.
Tony.
Yeah, let it unfold. Like,
Well, now
but
Tom is starting to do the thing where he can feel like he'll make the sound when he can tell like a player's like they don't want to do that. And he's doing because
yeah,
that's what Romo does. He goes, Jim.
yeah,
Now Brady's starting to do it. And I'm like, that's how you know when the football never leaves you because they can see the play, but they're trying to not narrate its depth. So they just make this weird sound
yeah.
effect like, oh no, when he's trying to get in there. And I'm like, shut up, Tom. But
Yeah, but I think this is going to be another. This is going to be another tough game.
I
You know, I
agree.
think
I'm
it's going to be
nervous
tough.
about it, not because of the Broncos, but it's just because you're just dealing with a lot different kind of a different type of team that's got a QB that's not a rookie anymore. And I don't know, they just play different.
I like Bo. I like Bo
I
Nix.
like Bo Nix too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
respect him. I respect the kid. I mean, they may not be doing that great, like they're 1-3 right now, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Eagles lost. I wouldn't hope for it, obviously, but I wouldn't be shocked if they lost. I mean, it's another 1 o'clock game. Like I said, you still
Mm,
got guys nursing a lot of injuries. Um, I'm glad considering how people talked about the Heat so much that it really didn't knock players too much on their asses this time around. Like
yeah.
I mean, obviously they're going to be tired, but I didn't feel like even Big Boy Jordan didn't seem like he was as winded, as people probably thought, even though he chased
Mm,
down, I think the quarterback at one point. Didn't he chase down Baker too? So
yeah,
yeah.
he ran him out. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So moving on from them, we both agree that Broncos game is going to be one to watch. I'm probably going to be not as nervous because I'm not nervous about any outside of the division wins or losses really because I feel like this
Mm,
is kind of just a test to just see if they can keep the undefeated streak going. So what else I was going to say? Okay, so moving on, we got to talk about too the Phillies. Obviously, you told me thank God last night because I told you I said I was confused. Like, wow, I keep seeing clips of them playing, but then I realized they were playing each other,
it was an
and that's what a
entertaining game.
scrimmage
Yeah.
is. And when you said
Yeah.
intra league or whatever it's called, I was like, I thought that meant
And
that
a
they were
squad
playing
game.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, I was confused because I'm like, didn't they already play the 162? Why are they playing? So then when I saw clips, I'm like, oh, so
Yeah.
they
They had
played the
the
Dodgers because the
pinstripes versus the
Dodgers,
Blues. Yeah.
yeah, the Dodgers. Who got kicked out was the Reds, then that's why it became their Dodgers that they played instead
Yeah.
of the Reds.
Yep.
Yeah, Reds
Yeah.
got swept. So the Dodgers now are going to be the NL. Is it CS or DS?
I'm
Because
not
before
worried
I
about
get
the
confused.
Dodgers. NLDS. Division
NLDS,
series.
yeah, division. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not worried about the Dodgers
yeah.
either because they had a pretty good record against them this
They-
season. So
oh yeah, they actually played them well. They were always
they
competitive
did.
games too. So
I just
it
have
should
them.
be a good. It'll be a good series. So
What do you fear most about the bullpen? Do you worry about Nola where they're going to put him if he has a bad night on one of the like the key games? Are you nervous?
this is the best of five, right? So Nola is not going to be just one of. I don't think he's going to be one of the
He's not
starters
going to be in this
anyway.
rotation.
So
Okay.
I don't think he will. Oh no, maybe not until after. I mean, if they can, I don't think they're going to sweep. Uh,
No.
I don't think they're going to sweep LA. But I know I think they can. They got to take the first one at home,
Yeah.
which I think they will. Which I think they will, because they got Christopher Sanchez going first.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Lazardo going second. And then people are like either Ranger at third,
Mm-hmm.
or you can put Nolan in there. As long as they don't put fucking Taiwan Walker in there, I don't give a fuck who pitches actually even too. Taiwan Walker, no. I got
Oh,
not
oh,
want
Ty,
him
I was wondering who you said because I was
pitching
like,
at
ooh,
all. Yeah.
yeah, no, 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 no.
I don't want Taiwan Walker
He's
pitching.
definitely only the
No.
emergency pitcher. Like he's definitely
He
not
needs to
supposed
come
to
out
be in
of
there.
he needs to come out of the bullpen if anything.
Right.
I don't not want him
No,
starting a game. But then
no.
he has weird starts. Sometimes he'll come out and do good. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, all
But
of a sudden you
it's that
just
same
figured out how to
inconsistency.
pitch.
I've told you how I feel with Nola. It's the same thing. It's like you don't know when the noodle arm is going to come. Yes, Nola is better than him, but now we've gotten to the point with Nola where even after the rest and stuff, he still was shaky. So if this is the worst time to not have Wheeler, it's now. Like this is the time that I wish
Oh
we
God,
had
that was
Wheeler.
cheap. If
It's
we
so
had
depressing.
Wheeler, oh my God. If
I
we had
wouldn't be
Wheeler,
worried at all if we had Wheeler on top of the other guys. You know what I mean? Because then Nola wouldn't even be a pressure for him to even be involved right away. But
I mean,
because we
hey,
don't
like,
have
let him,
Wheeler,
he can come out and give you 5 innings and like go sit down.
yeah,
That's
but
it. Don't have him in
sometimes
there for any more than
even
five
between
innings.
that third and fourth, sometimes that motherfucker can let that chopper sing and you be
No,
pissed off
that's not where he starts to fall apart. He falls apart in the sixth,
in the
or he gives
sixth.
up, or he gives up runs in the first.
That
Like,
okay. That's what I mean.
so
The early give up of three
so
homers that freaks me out. Yeah. Yeah. He
so
starts
yeah.
pissing me off
So
when he
I
does that
mean,
shit early, and then I'll be like, oh
if
fuck.
he pitched a great game his last game. He came back. He got all the way to the. He didn't give up a run until what, the seventh.
Okay.
I was like, oh, I was like, all right. I
All
was like, now get
right.
him out quick. Now get him
All
out of
right.
there now.
Yeah, yeah. Because I feel like at some
So,
point you have to wave fire or something with him when he starts looking noodle army. It's like, get him out! Get him out
but
now!
the thing is, he's not the only one I don't trust either. I don't honestly, I don't trust Kirkring either.
You don't
I
oh
do
no no no
not.
no no. I'm not even yeah, no.
I don't trust Ryan Kirkring either to come out of the bullpen sometimes because
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. No,
he
no.
will give up runs left and right, and then
Because he only has like one pitch basically, right? That works for him or two.
no, he's got two or three, but he just hasn't been good down the stretch lately. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, the last time they had to spin in the World Series, he was in there. And it's like, God, you imagine somebody who just got thrown in that oven and you kind of wouldn't shocked if
Yeah,
he crumbled because it's like, but he didn't do too bad, during the last
yeah,
time
no.
series. That
But
was the reason why they
maybe he'll
lost.
calm down. Maybe he'll calm down and be okay for this.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I'm expecting like this should be a good playoff. I mean, we got
yeah.
us versus LA. Brewers gonna be. I guess that game's gonna be decided tonight. I think are they playing tonight or tomorrow? The San Diego and the Cubs, the
I do
Padres and the
not know.
Cubs.
I do not know. That would
I
be funny if we
think
end
it's
up paying the
tonight.
Cubs though, because
It's tied 1-1.
be funny if we play the
So
Cubs, knowing that that's where we got Kyle from. If we end up playing the Cubs.
yeah,
Why is it doing this with this? I didn't do anything. This is such a freaking weird camera thing. I don't know why it's doing it, Eddie. It's freaking me out. Anyway,
and then
but either
and then
way,
we got
yes, it's going to be a good
yeah
first round. That's for sure for this.
yeah. Then we got the AL coming out. It's like it's Detroit and Seattle,
Interesting.
and the
Who
Yankees
would have
and
thought
the
the
Red Sox.
Mariners would even be talked about in the play? You know what I mean? Like the Mariners.
They've been playing good though. So
I know, but it's just funny. I've never
so
even thought about the Seattle being a thing.
so Boston and New York is like I don't really care who wins that series.
I
I wish
don't
they both
either.
could lose,
No,
but they can't.
you hope they
So
both lose. Hope they
but
both
they
lose.
can't. But they can't. So
Yeah.
and then Yeah, then they get to play
Why? Why?
Toronto.
Why
Like
are you doing
Wednesday, they get to
this?
play
This is so
Toronto.
weird. I'm sorry, I keep talking
So
to the screen. It's distracting me. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I keep noticing it moves when you're talking, and I'll be like, what? What? Anyway, Boston, New York is interesting only because I know my mom is a big fan of what's tall big boy on the
well, they have
Yankees.
that history too. I mean,
That too, but who's the tall big slugger on the Yankees?
are you talking about Judge?
Judge. My mom loves Judge. She's a fan. Just she thinks a tall, cute guy. And as far as Boston, it's like, we definitely don't want the freaking Red Sox, but both of them suck. So I'm looking at perspective. I'm like, I don't even care. Like,
Hey, you know what?
y'all can
I'm
all
just
eat
happy
one.
that two of the teams that I didn't want in the world, one in the playoffs, didn't make it, so it's good.
Who?
It was the
Mets.
Mets
Mets,
and
yeah, of course.
the
We're very happy the
Diamondbacks.
Mets. Yes.
I still hate the Diamondbacks after that series
Oh yeah, the
that
way
they
it.
won.
Yeah, were they the
Yeah,
ones that
especially
planted
when
the flag, right?
when he planted the flag on the pitcher
Yeah,
was mad.
yeah, we still hate them. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have beamed him with the pitch first time I played him next year too, because that'd been petty.
No, notice
Like
notice audience how Eddie when you can tell when Eddie's visualizing what he would
I'd have
do
been
if he was on the
straight
field.
petty. I'd have been straight petty. He instead of the bat, instead in the box, I would have threw the ball right at him.
Right at your forehead.
I ain't gonna miss for it. I'm hitting his arms. I'm not hitting his head. Don't tag him in
I
his
just
arm or
laugh because
something.
I'm like, I could just see it in your face. You're just like, oh, I'd get that motherfucker.
Yeah. I don't want to take him out of the game. I heard him hurt him real bad. I just want him to remember.
Just remember what you did on my turf. Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I get it. All right. So lastly, there was a game today with the Sixers. They're in Abu Dhabi. And just so you know, I'm sure Eddie didn't care, but I probably out of boredom watched the NBA halftime.
I didn't watch it, so
Yeah,
nah.
I watched a little bit of the scrimmage, but lo and behold, we know that we got a winner in BJ. He is obviously, I'm calling him mini Jimmy Butler because he looks like Jimmy Butler's like long lost son to me in the face. So I'm calling him little Jimmy B.
Nah,
Embiid
I think
has
this
been
kid's gonna be
practicing,
good.
huh?
He's gonna be good. I think this kid's gonna be
He is
good.
going to be good. He is
I'm
going to be good.
excited.
Yeah, I forget the other rookies. We already discussed it. If you care to look back at our earlier Sixers preview talk, we talked about some of the rookies. But it looks like Tyrese got one of his best buddies on the squad, so that should motivate
Oh
Tyrese.
yeah, that should be good too. Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll be good. But look, the fact that they're even in Abu Dhabi cracks me up in so many ways because I'm like every time they take the NBA teams in different countries now, it's kind of like all right, capitalism. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know why, because it's not like they're going to do a playoff game in Abu Dhabi, but okay.
Yeah, they're
we
just doing it
we
to
know
do
what
it.
it
Yeah.
really is. It's enterprise and business, but
Hmm.
hell, most of these guys have never probably gone outside of their neighborhood. So for them to travel and go to Abu Dhabi is
And
like
I know
a
they're
memory.
probably excited. Yeah.
Yeah. The picture they put on their Instagram was actually pretty nice where they did in front of that big temple. Did you see the post?
Yeah. No, I didn't see anything. I didn't look at the page yet. I was gonna do that
Oh,
later
okay.
today.
Yeah, it was just a nice shot. Like it's a nice visual. Like if you see it, you'll be
It
like,
was
that's cool.
it's good to see him beat out there actually practicing with the team though.
Oh, I
Remember,
know. That's what I'm
usually this
saying. I'm
time
like,
around he's
yeah,
not doing it
right.
because he was either
Yeah.
hurt or yeah, he actually looks healthy.
Well,
He looks healthy.
he's talking like he's good. So they're obviously going to be. I think the one thing I did pick up from one of the pressers when they were introducing
He's
everybody
slim.
is that I think he's
Yeah.
looking at it like I'm not giving a timeline this year. I'm just taking it, and I'm like, good, because
Hmm.
nobody wants to
Good.
be on pins and needles every fucking week, whether you're feeling
He's
good or
slim.
not.
Yeah. Yeah. He slimmed down a little bit. He looks good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he lost
Looks like
weight
he.
before. That's the thing. That's not new to me. Yeah, he looks 10 times thinner this time around, but I feel like he lost weight before, and no one
Yeah, but
really
then he
talked
was
much
big. But
about it.
but then he was bigger
But then he
the
got
year
bigger.
after that though. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then he got
yeah.
hurt again. Then he got hurt again. Like,
Yeah, because he had to be still, so he just gained the weight because he wasn't really being active. But look, I'm glad that he's being realistic this time around because he knows he's already been through every freaking emotion in the book. You know what I mean? He's been through every injury with the same part of his body. So at this point, I
mhm.
think it is wise for him to not give any kind of timetable because fans are already stressed out every year they start a new season. Like we don't want to care, but we'll care when it actually happens. I'd rather just watch all the guys that are new and then Quentin Grimes, obviously, brought back down to life and signed for, for a
Yeah,
year because
right.
he knew he wasn't
And
getting that 25 million.
like Ninja, you ain't getting 30 million
You
from
ain't that
nobody.
good. I get it. It's a big market, but you got humbled quick, sir, because nobody was gonna
He's
give you
some
that, you know.
he's his agent trying to get 30 million out. Like, get
Oh,
out of here.
and
Like,
I
no.
look, everyone says go, you know your worth and all that crap, but you gotta be realistic. Like,
Yeah, but he ain't a $30 million
he's
player.
not a
I'm
$30
sorry.
million. You better than the slump that we had on this team last year, but that was due to
He
a lot of injuries. So
well, he was only the man because there was nobody playing.
right, that's my point. He maximized his opportunity. That's all he did. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that that equivocates to a $30 million contract. But
Hmm.
shout out to you for trying to smell yourself there, Q. But I'm glad you're back home because you're just gonna have to learn the hard way like everybody else does.
I'd be
And then
surprised if they
also,
trade him. We get up to the shit, they're gonna trade him.
oh, they will. Oh, we know. That's why I say it was smart to do a year because realistically, if he doesn't want to be here because he wanted that money, then you just better be humble and just play the way you were playing before. Just take advantage of it. You get yourself on tape, and then you
Yeah.
can sell yourself to the next bidder. But you
Yep.
got to show them a full year first of all because he came mid-season. He didn't even have a whole full year with us. So, but anyway.
Yeah.
But all right, and I figured we catch up. I'm excited. They also announced also too that for some reason the Unrivaled for the WNBA is going to have a Philly showcase in January 30th next year. So maybe that's an invite to kind of make people excited about having a Philly WNBA team,
Mm.
WNA
Oh, okay.
team in 4 years. So they're doing some kind of a scrimmagey type of Unrivaled. That was the big announcement today
Mm.
they had in Love Park. So yay to the WNBA, but I wish to God they would make it quicker because I don't want to wait till 2030 for a Philly WNBA team. Like I'm like, can y'all just push that shit up because I don't even know if we'll be alive in 2030. But anyway, praise the Lord, we finally getting a team. But God, why is it gotta be so far away? But
He's like,
anyway,
why?
I know. Ugh. And I know Dawn ain't trying to coach. She said straight up, if I'm gonna be anything now at this point, she's gonna be an owner. And I hear that. She wants some equity. Okay.
Hmm.
Anyway. All right, Ed.
Yeah, she got a cushy in college, man. She ain't going nowhere from there.
I'm just finishing her book too, and now I see
Like
what she's
she
been through. I didn't know all of the
like
history of her before she even made it to the.
like she's a guide on South Carolina's campus. So
Yeah,
like,
no. At this point, yeah, they already got a statue, so it's like, why would, why? She's been through a lot though. I'm
mhm.
reading her book though, Uncommon Favor, and it's very
Such a
interesting. I
great,
didn't.
such a nice. She's so nice though.
She's a very good person, but I
Yeah.
knowing how much she's been on the news and stuff lately and talking now, knowing that in her book she talked about how she did not talk. It's just amazing to see how much rap she got now. Like knowing she was a very quiet person and she didn't talk to people a
She is
lot.
quiet. I met her one time, like at a
Yeah.
when I used to one therapist I used to go to, physical therapy when I messed my knee up. She was
Uh-huh.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it now. Now everything I've been reading, because I didn't know about all her history before we knew her to be the Dawn she became. But knowing
Hmm.
stuff she went through and how hard it was for even to get an Olympic team, it's like, damn, that's
Yeah.
that's a hard life. But I mean,
So
and Jalen Hurts
throws
to
a
me
dog.
reminds me of the same spirit as her because they're both quiet
Hmm.
people. And Jalen's
But
learned to be more vocal, as you can tell on the sidelines this year. That he's been way more vocal than he was since he started. So it takes a lot for
you
people
know,
who are naturally introverted to come out and really kind of do more than just say follow my lead. Like him being an actual leader involves him being more vocal, and I think that they're the type of spirits that I respect now because you don't always have to fill in the blanks by talking. You know what I mean? Sometimes you leading
hmm
is good, but it also helps to show your team that you really mean business. And sometimes you got to vocalize it, even if you don't like to talk. Sometimes people need to hear it.
Yeah,
But all right,
that is
Ed,
true.
that'll wrap it up for this edition of Birds of a Feather, the CoEd edition. Me and Eddie B will be back after week 5 concludes, and hopefully we'll be talking about a
Hope you
five,
talking about a 5-5,
5
five
and
and
0,
up.
5 and 0. All right, for AJ the Suburban Princess,
Eddie B.
we are out. We will talk to y'all later. Have a
Yep.
good night. Go Birds.